Hey guys, my name is Becca and welcome back to another video. This quality of this video is just shit. And I'm sorry. I don't know how to make it better. It's really late, which is a problem. Which is the problem for this. I don't know how to make this any better. I really don't. So, yeah. If I took the video instead of aiming it at me, like, I don't know, it looks beautiful when it's not aimed at me, but like when I put it to me, it's awful and kind of sucks. But I don't know how to fix that. So, here we are. I just got back from work. Well, I've been home for like a couple hours. I've been really busy though. I've been like running around. I got home from work and I was, right when I got off of work, I've been running around. So I've been home for pretty much like an hour or so, but I've been like talking to my family and setting up for the next couple of days and stuff like that. And I was like, crap, I gotta do a video. It's Sunday. I gotta do a video. So, we need to talk about the week. I didn't read all that much. I almost forgot a book. Yeah, I'm happy with what I read. I'm happy that I read what I did, but I didn't read a lot. I was kind of hoping to read more than I did. It didn't happen. I've been kind of busy this week. It's December. It's going to be a busy month. But Smuttathon starts tomorrow, which means it starts tonight at midnight. And I work tomorrow, but I don't work too much. Like, I work a short shift. I work in the morning, but I get off early afternoon, and then I'm home. And I might have to go out and do one thing, but that's it. And then I'm home, on Tuesday, and I don't have to do anything on Tuesday. So that's going to be great. It's literally going to be great. I started wrapping gifts yesterday for the first time, and you can't see this, but I totally cut the shit out of my thumb using the tape dispenser. The tape dispenser. Seriously. I find anything to be a weapon. Yeah, that's what happened yesterday. So yeah, let's just talk about the books that I read. I guess before that, we can talk about the books that I just went and got from the library. I did spend a ton of money Friday going to Barnes & Noble. I got paid and I was like, I'm gonna buy books. So it happened. Yep. I bought a lot of books. I bought a lot of books. And I'm still waiting on some, and I don't know if I'm gonna do a book haul separate from like Christmas, because I know I'm getting a few books. I know one book for sure that I'm getting. And I'm like, well, no, I'm sorry. I know two. And I'm like super excited. But I did buy, I'm waiting on one book to come that I bought from Book Depository. So when that comes in, we'll see. Maybe I'll do a book haul separate from Christmas. But I don't know. Maybe I'll just combine them all, because I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know how much I'm getting for Christmas. I know my friend got me a couple books. I know another friend got me a book, and I know somebody else got me another one. But I don't know how many books I'll be getting for Christmas, so I might just wait and do a whole December haul, but we'll see. So yeah, I went to the library today to pick up a game. I picked up Darksiders 3. Some of you may know that I was talking about how much I have been anticipating this game coming out for the longest time. Like, I've been waiting a while for this game. I didn't think it was ever gonna happen because, like, the company switched. Like, the one company that did 1 wasn't gonna do it. They didn't do 2, and I think they switched back. Or is this the same? Looks like it's the same. So maybe 2 just decided to do 3. Or the company that did 2 probably just decided to do 3. But I've heard that this is super hard. It's compared to Dark Souls, and if you've never played that game, well, it's like super hard. It's like one of the hardest games out there. At least from what I've seen. So yeah. This is compared to Dark Souls. I don't know how I'm gonna... I really want to play it. But you also know that I never completed 2. It was on my list to complete this year, and guess what? I quit. It wasn't happening. I just asked my friend to tell me what happens because I'm done. That game was hard too. So we'll see how this one is compared to that. But I don't know. But while I was at the library getting the game, I thought might as well look and see if they had books. I did have one book on hold, which is The Witch Boy by Molly Knox Ostertag. Right? Yeah. It's a graphic novel about a boy, or like it's set in a world where boys are shapeshifters and girls are witches, but this boy wants to be a witch, not a shapeshifter, or he is a witch. Yeah, he can't seem to get the hang of shapeshifting. So he spends his time spying on the witchery lessons the girls are getting. He seems to have a knack for, you know, spells and stuff. So it's a graphic novel, so it shouldn't be hard. And I've heard really good things, so I got that one. And then I got The Reader by Tracy Chee. I know you could barely see any of this because the freaking quality is crap. But it's book 1 in the Sea of Ink and Gold series, trilogy, whatever. I've heard really good things about The Reader. I've also heard some negative, like I've heard mixed things, but I really wanted to give it a shot and see what I thought. Then I got The Light Between Worlds by Laura E. Weymouth? I don't know. This is said to be sort of like... I was hearing about the synopsis, or at least from what they were saying it was, and it sounded like almost like Every Heart a Doorway. Pretty much the people are coming back from like magical worlds. People have been in magical worlds, and now they're coming back to like our world and having to like readjust, that kind of thing. And it's like, at least that's what I've heard that this is like. And I'm like, okay, that's Every Heart a Doorway, but we'll see, by Seanan McGuire, but we'll see how this is. So I just got it. I'm like, it's the library. I don't have to pay for it. And the last one is one I was like super excited to find. And I was like, oh my god, I found it. This is great. Oh, this isn't the last one, but I'll show you the other one in a little bit. But I got Vengeful by V.E. Schwab. I really didn't want to pay for this. This is so expensive. But I really wanted to read this, and now I need to reread Vicious before going into this. So I'm excited. I'm glad I got Vengeful. So I don't know when I'll be able to read it, but hopefully I'll read it soon. The other one I got though is one that I'm gonna try and sneak into Smunathon. It's really small, like it's a pocket-sized book, and it's like barely 300. Oh, it's 300. It's just a little over 300 pages, but it's pocket-sized. There's like, it's gonna be easy to read. It's literally smut because it's for Smunathon, but it's smut in the boardroom. It's called After Hours by Linda Acher. I don't know, but yeah, it's it says from this author of the best-selling Wicked playbooks comes an exclusive invitation to the boardroom, where working late has its rewards. It's smut in the boardroom. Okay. I'm going to try and sneak that in to this week's, you know, smutty reads. We'll see. The TBR for Smunathon is going up tomorrow. It's already filmed. I just got to put it up tomorrow, which is why I'm showing you this one, because this was a new edition as of tonight. So I don't know. I'm going to see about fitting this in. We'll see if it's any good. Okay, so I finished Nevermore this week by Jessica Townsend. I loved it. It was great. I can see why it's compared to Harry Potter. But it's also like, it's like not Harry Potter, but I can see why it's compared to Harry Potter. It definitely has the same feel as Harry Potter. It's middle grade fantasy with like a magical world, and it's beautiful, and I loved it, and now I want to own my own copy, and I need the sequel. And this one doesn't have a magical school. It's all about Morgan trying to get into a magical school, but the second book, Wondersmith, which just came out, is all about the magical school. So that one's probably going to be even more of a Harry Potter feel because it's set in a school. But yeah, I can't wait. I really want to read Wondersmith. And that was the one I really wanted to go and see if they had at the library. Damn it. I'll see about it later when I have to return all these. I'll see about trying to get Wondersmith. But yeah, I really love this. This was amazing. There's a hotel that changes. It just likes to change its shape, and, you know, like it changes the inside, and I love that. This was great. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Wow. It was kind of predictable, just a little bit. I did see the plot twist coming, but it was fine. It was a great predictability. I mean, I was fine with it. I loved it. It was great. 5 out of 5 stars. And then the only other book I finished this week, is Neverworld Wake by Marisha Pessl. I've heard great things about Marisha Pessl. I heard Night Film by her. It's just fantastic. But I've never read anything by her, so this was my first foray into her work. And this is her young adult novel about, so it follows our main character, Beatrice, and she, I don't know how to, so, how do I say this? She had just lost her boyfriend, Jim. They had all went to school, her and Jim, and like these bunch of, there was like this whole friend group. There is, I think 6 of them. So there's the 6 of them, and they all went to the school together. It was, I think it was like a boarding school, because I think they lived there, I'm pretty sure. And, yeah, I think so. They all, you know, went to school together. They were good friends. And then Jim dies, and he was her boyfriend, and she left. She couldn't deal with anything. She didn't want to see anybody. She just left. She was done. Once he died, it was over. And now it's like sometime later. I can't remember if it... Oh, okay. It's 1 year after graduation. And she's deciding to go back and see her friends again and, you know, see if they can reconnect after all this time. When she gets there, strange things starts to kind of happen. They went on this, like not road trip, but they went driving for a little bit, the 5 of them, and they almost got into this really bad car accident. They were like thrown off the road kind of thing. But everything was fine. They went home. They were fine. But that night, some creepy guy comes to their door, and he tells them that everything wasn't fine. They didn't survive the car accident. They, like, actually got into an accident, and now they're stuck in what's called the Neverworld Wake, where they're in this, like, endless loop, reliving the same day over and over and over again until they vote. And the vote is, out of the 5 of them, only 1 gets to live. Only 1 gets to come back and survive the accident. All the other 4 have to die. So it's them all trying to, like, decide who lives and, you know, who lives and who doesn't. But it's also like, come on, it's not... Could you vote? Nobody can, and they all have to come to a consensus. It has to be unanimous. So, it was crazy. The ending, finding out the ending was just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know how I felt about it. I was shocked, to say the least, but I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I liked it. I'm the type of person, when I have a mystery, I like to get all the facts and then like to, you know, like form my own idea of what happened and like guess for myself. Like, that's just who I am. I don't like it when I don't get all the facts, or at least get some clue. I don't really know how I feel about it. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I listened to the audiobook, and the audiobook was fantastic. I loved the audiobook. And I really, really enjoyed it until the very end. And then I was just like, oh, do I like that? Do I not like that? I don't know. I'm giving this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. And this was really good. And now I gotta see how Night Film is, because I just really enjoyed it. And the characters that I thought I would really hate, I loved. And the characters that I thought I would really love, I hated. So, and there were definitely like so many secrets that came out, and nothing is as if you thought it was. It was insane, but good. And I gave it 4 stars. So those are the only 2 books that I finished this week. I'm still currently reading Arch Enemies by Marissa Meyer. Why do I keep saying that? Marissa Meyer, which, this is the sequel to Renegades. I thought this would be the conclusion, because I'm pretty sure I heard it was only going to be a duology, but it's definitely going to be a trilogy. There's definitely a 3rd book. Let me see. At the end, it says, yeah, don't miss the thrilling conclusion to the trilogy. I'm pretty sure I heard it was supposed to be a duology. So I haven't finished it yet. I'm on chapter 20, which is, I'm 205 pages in. I'm really enjoying it. I can understand, because I've heard some people talk about, you know, what they thought of it. Not a lot is happening. And I can understand, like, why some people didn't necessarily love this one as much as Renegades, because Renegades, there's lots of action. It's just all the time. In this one, it's a lot of, like, politics and discussing things and stuff like that. There's not a lot of action. There's just a lot of talking. And I get why a lot of people don't like that. Right now, I'm just, like, in the middle. Like, I don't mind that there's not a lot of action. Yeah, it's kind of dragging just a little bit, but I do like knowing things, and finding out about things is kind of good. Also, we're kind of in, like, that state where it's like, come on, things are starting to tense up. You just know things are gonna come out. Like, because you know in the first one, like, the secrets that there are, and you know they're gonna come out in this one. They've got to. They've got to. And I haven't gotten there yet, but I can feel that it's coming. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I don't know if I like it more than Renegades. I think I gave Renegades like 4 stars. Pretty sure I read that in the beginning of the year, I think. But I gave that like 4 stars. So I don't know if I like this more than that or not. We'll see how the ending goes. But I'm like really upset that it's gonna be a trilogy. I was so excited to finish up the duology, and yeah, and then I was watching Emma Books. I don't know if she was reading this. I think she was, maybe. But yeah, it was like, there's gonna be a book 3, and I'm just like, okay, okay, great. I'm glad there's another book in the series. I'm really glad that they're continuing, but we'll see. I just felt like the way this was going, it only needed 2 books, but we'll see. I haven't finished this, so we'll see how I feel at the end of this, and when book 3 comes out, if I felt like there was a need for a 3rd book. Because sometimes I just feel like It's the money thing. You know, you're just bringing out another book to get more money. Though I don't know if that's the case here. Again, it is what it is. But, I mean, yeah, sometimes, like, series, you know, if you really needed to continue on, with the series, then that's fine. That's great. Okay, give me another book. But I feel like half of the book was unneeded. Like, the Inheritance Saga by Christopher Paolini, which, Eragon, that series, I haven't finished it, but I think that's why I'm kind of, like, nervous about going into it, because after Brisingr, like, that entire time, we knew it was going to be a trilogy. There was only going to be 3 books. There was only ever going to be 3 books. And it took, like, years for books to come out. And then there was going to be a book 4. And I've heard, when I was in high school and that book came out, like, people were talking about it. Or at least, like, my teachers, because we were the only ones that were reading it. And we were like, they were saying that there didn't need to be a 4th book. Half of that book could have been just... it was unneeded, and I'm just like, it's kind of why I'm like hesitant to go into it, but we'll see. So yeah, that's really it. That's what I'm reading. Maybe I'll pick this one up. Maybe I'll pick this one up, I don't know, tonight before going to bed, because Spotathon starts tonight, technically, and we'll see. But yeah, that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, even though the quality is shit. But thanks for watching anyway. Bye, guys. Happy reading.